You know, I've been wanting to say this for weeks, but due to time restraints, I couldn't find the perfect opportunity. So, here it goes. On behalf of everyone at Cardinal Nation, Rick Horton, would you please shut the hell up and leave broadcasting forever? Okay, I feel better now. Time to start the show. Cards split the 4-game set with the Florida Marlins this week. And to be honest, that's pretty darn good, considering the Fish are coming in as one of the hottest teams in baseball. They came to Busch coming off a 17-9 start. That's their best in years. In fact, people in South Florida are taking notice. The average attendance down there is up from 16 people to 22. Nonetheless, the Cards dropped the first one 6-5. And it wasn't one of Kyle Lohse's best performances. In the second, he gives up a grand slam. Yeah, that's right, a grand slam to Gabby Sanchez. And that 2-0 lead we had is now a 4-2 deficit. Follow that with a hit by Mike Stanton off of his leg. The unthinkable may be happening. Kyle Lohse is hurt. No! But he appeared okay and remains in the game. The Cardinals would come back. Viva Elvis! National League Player of the Week, Lance Berkman, hits a 3-run homer in the bottom of the third to give us a 5-4 lead. Fat Elvis would actually go 2 for 3 with a 3-run shot, a walk, and 4 RBIs. Lohse, not so hot. 6 innings, 5 runs, all earned. 6 hits, 3 walks, and 2 home runs. The other he gave up was a solo shot to Mike Stanton in the 5th to tie it up, right into Big Mac land. Just wondering, do they still give everyone a free Big Mac if someone hits it up there? Mitchell Boggs comes into the game in the 7th inning. The thing that's curious about this, how quickly the Cardinals coaching staff, mainly La Russa, has given up on him so quickly. Being unofficially named the closer, he had 3 saves, blows 1 game last week, and he's not put out there in any safe situations anymore. Whereas Ryan Franklin, with 1 save and multiple blown save opportunities, keeps getting thrown out there with the game on the line, failing miserably each time. Luckily, Chinzilla did not see any action at any time, any point during the series. Whew. Back to Boggs. He gives up a triple to Mike Stanton. Actually, he gets Stanton to hit a fly ball to center field. Colby Rasmus misplays the ball, and Stanton ends up at third with a triple. And he'll score on a fly ball by Greg Dobbs, and that was the ballgame. Cards try to rally in the bottom of the 9th, but Rasmus grounds out after swinging on the first pitch, while reliever Leo Nunez was obviously having control problems. And they left the tying run in scoring position. Tuesday night, they win 7-5, and this clearly wasn't a pitcher's duel. Both Kyle McClellan and Anibal Sanchez each give up 4 runs on 6 hits, but McClellan lasts longer, going 5 innings. And speaking of the dirty Sanchez, we've got that reliever who's just awesome, and has a pretty cool name too. Eduardo. The 2 Sanchez's the Marlins have? Gabby and Annabelle. Sounds like a couple of girls. Hey, just saying. And as for the runs, Matt Holliday hits a 2-run homer in the first. Then Alan Craig walks with the bases loaded in the second, and we're up 3-0. A botched double play attempt and a wild pitch score a couple of runs for the Fish in the third. And back-to-back singles by Dobbs and John Buck give them a 4-3 lead in the 4th inning. Then would you believe Colby Rasmus gets a clutch hit, singles in Holliday to tie the game up. But Florida reclaims the lead as Gabby singles in Hanley Ramirez, who gets to third thanks to a single, stolen base, and a wild pitch. This was off Fernando Salas in the 7th. Bottom of the inning, Berkman walks and Rasmus gets him to third. Yadier Molina hits it right back to the pitcher, and Berkman has an epic brain fart, better known as an EBF, and is picked off at third. But after a pitching change, Double D, Daniel Descalzo, 3-run homer, right field, Cards are back on top. You know, if he changed his number from 33 to 36, you would really have something there. Jason Mott and Eduardo. Who gets the save? His second, by the way. Finish this one out. Wednesday night, Cards lose 8-7. And once again, Chris Carpenter gets a no decision. In this case, he got lucky. He gives up 6 runs on 10 hits, walking 3 through 6 innings. It didn't help that the Cardinals defense committed 4 errors, costly ones in that. And speaking of errors, did you know the St. Louis Cardinals are 3-13 this season when they commit at least 1 error in a game? The first error goes to Yadier Molina in the first. Throws the ball into center field on a stolen base attempt by Hanley Ramirez. He ends up at third and scores on a fielding error by Carp. 2-0 Marlins at this point. It didn't stay that way for long. Albert Pujols and Holiday both singled, and Lance Berkman appears to fly out down the left field line. Except that Emilio Bonifacio can't hold onto the ball, and guess what? We're tied. And that didn't last long either. Gabby walks in to third with the bases loaded to give them the lead. Then with a double play attempt, after getting Bonifacio out at the plate, Yadi throws the ball into right field, third error of the game, his second by the way, scoring 2 more runs. But in Yadi's defense, when Bonifacio slid into home, he looked like he went right into Molina's legs, which could have caused that awful throw. Stanton, the batter, ends up at third, and a couple of batters later, 6-2 Marlins. Believe it or not, the Cardinals do come back. Craig doubles, Pujols walks, Holiday singles, and Berkman flies out. It's now 6-4, and we're still in the 3rd inning. They grind out a couple more runs in the 6th to tie it up. Double D and Ryan Theriot with the RBIs. 9th inning, Eduardo comes in after getting Stanton to strike out to end the game on Tuesday night. Stanton decides to repay him by going yard to center. It's a 2-run shot, and we're down once again, 8-6. John Jay homers in the bottom of the 9th to bring us to 8-7. Albert Pujols walks after that, and the game ends in typical Cardinal fashion. Matt Holliday grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. And yesterday afternoon, the Cardinals win 6-3. Jake Westbrook had another strong outing, but couldn't get the decision. He had a perfect game through 4 2/3 innings, but he gives up 4 straight singles after that, and the Marlins have a 2-1 lead. Berkman, with the RBI sac fly in the 6th, ties it up, but Omar Infante singles and bucked for the 3-2 lead. Bottom of the 8th, Rasmus, Pujols, and Holiday each single to get the tying run home. Then, Viva Fat Elvis! Fat Elvis does it again. 3-run homer to left, his 10th for the team lead. He also gets 4 RBIs in this game. While Eduardo gets his 3rd save, and for the 7th consecutive time, the Cardinals haven't lost a series. And something even bigger, they not only beat, but chased the best pitcher in the game right now, Josh Johnson, in the 7th inning. And they also get his ERA to over 1. Things will get interesting for the next couple of weeks. They open up a 3-game set with the Brewers tonight. Then off to Chicago to face the Cubs, and on to Cincinnati next weekend. These next 3 games could give us some serious distance as far as the standings are concerned. And let's be honest, who out there thought Lance Berkman was going to have this kind of year when we signed him this past winter? He's 2nd in the majors in batting average at .392, behind Matt Holliday, who's actually batting .417. He's 2nd in home runs with 10, 1 behind Alfonso Soriano. Bastard. And with 32 RBIs, that's tops in the majors. Which leads to my question of the day. Will Lance Berkman keep up this pace for the entire season? Let me know what you guys think. Submit your answers, comments, questions, responses, or anything else in the comment box below. Subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitter. As I mentioned, the Milwaukee Brewers come to town this weekend, and will be spared from seeing nutjobs Nyjer Morgan, who's on the disabled list, and Zach Greinke, whose scheduled start doesn't happen until after the series is over. And I hope all of you out there have a great weekend, and for all you moms out there, including mine, have a wonderful and happy Mother's Day. Go Cards!